Welcome to the Rusted Garden. Today is October 27th and I'm going to plant some garlic in my beds, and I'm going to do it through an organic process, which is essentially just using the organic products. What's most important with garlic is it really does like a cold period. So here in Maryland Zone 7 we get a good winter. We get about an inch of freeze on top of the soil. You want to get your garlic into the ground when it starts to get cold. 40-50 degree nights. Perfect time in my area is October. I'm going to be putting in some German Hardneck, Siberian Hardneck, and this extremely large bulb of garlic came from my friend Coley, who does the Grow It, Cook It, Eat It series with me, and she could not recall the variety, so I'm just going to call that the GCE Hardneck variety. Now, there's two kinds of garlic. There is soft neck and hard neck, and what I recommend is go online, check out your zone, your gardening zone, and find out which garlic grows best in your zone. Generally speaking, here in Maryland Zone 7, they recommend soft neck garlic. However, up in New Jersey, that's actually where Coley is, she grows hardneck garlic and it does really, really well, as you can see. So I'm going to give it a try here. It's close enough. But go online, figure out the difference between soft neck and hard neck and see what fits most. Going to set this up organically. This space is 6 feet by 2 feet. It's going to be a 12-foot space altogether. And I'm going to use eco scraps. Any organic product works perfectly fine. And I'd like to stick to a 5-5-5. Why do I pick that number? A lot of people ask me what, the values are, what's best, and if you just stay around a 5-5-5, that works very well. You just don't really need to go above 10. You don't want to be too close to 0. So using an organic product, just use a guideline of 5-5-5. If you're a little bit higher, a little bit lower, that's perfectly fine. And this is going to be spread out just how it says on the package, and usually that is 1 to 2 tablespoons per square foot. Just follow the package. I'm also going to put in bone meal, which is a good source of phosphorus. So you have N, P, and K. The phosphorus level in here, I don't know, is 12, let's see, is 14. Phosphorus is great for the bulb development of many plants, especially with garlic. So I'm going to supplement it with the phosphorus in bone meal. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. The 5-5-5 will work perfectly fine. So I'm going to put down the fertilizer, 1 to 2 tablespoons per square foot of the all-purpose. The bone meal is going to get dropped into the planting area. I'll show you how I do that in a second. Let me get this all set up. So I wanted to show you a little bit about the different varieties of hardnecks that I'm growing. These were actually gifted to me. The Siberian and the German hardneck came from Deb, who I met through social media doing my garden channel, and just actually think it's pretty cool that I get to meet gardeners from around the globe. You can purchase garlic online. Just look up, garlic sales, garlic stores, garlic bulbs. You'll find all kinds of places to buy them. But you want to, know a little bit about what you're buying. So, for example, the Siberian hardneck comes in grows a bulb about this size, and you get very large cloves. This only pulled out 4 cloves. So that's the Siberian hardneck. The flavors also vary greatly. Some of them have more of an oil content. They're better for cooking. Some of them are better, like this one, I think is really great for roasting. Some of them are better for roasting and preparing them differently. Here's the German hardneck. The clove that was in there was really about this size, but it broke into 7 smaller cloves. So there is variation between what you're buying, online when you're ordering your garlic. And this I'm going to break up in the video in a second, but I think there's about 10 cloves in there. You can also get your garlic from the grocery store. There's a little bit of myth that it's sprayed so that it doesn't grow. That's not really true. And more importantly, you probably could just go to an organic store, buy the garlic there, and you will actually find different varieties there rather than the straight white soft neck garlic that comes from California and from China, I believe. Now the setup is fairly simple. You can see that I started over here. You want to, again, put the general purpose fertilizer across the top, turn your soil over to about 12 inches, and you want it to be a nice loose soil that drains well. You don't want to plant garlic anywhere in your garden where water settles and it stays wet, or the garlic's going to rot. A raised bed is great because the water drains out of it. And you can see on the stick, 6 inches, 4 inches. When I planted my garlic in containers, I went 6 inches down because I wanted to make sure I got it below the freeze level. And containers freeze more than your ground beds. So here in Maryland Zone 7 I want to go about 4 inches deep, and that's about 4 inches right where the bulb goes in. It's okay if you're between 4 to 6 inches. You don't really want to go deeper than that. And in warmer areas you can get closer to the surface. Another trick is, go down about 4 inches. If you're in a zone that really freezes, hard on the ground, put about 2 inches of mulch on top, and that creates some insulation, and then you remove that mulch come spring. So to set this up, break up the garlic, and these are massive cloves, and they were delicious. They had a little more oil content, I think. So let's see how many we get, which was really just good raw. I liked it, and then I did roast a piece just as an experiment. It was really good. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you have some smaller ones. So go with the bigger cloves. So we'll go with the 6 right here. These will go into another part of my garden. And to set it up, Maryland Zone 7, 4 inches deep. You want to plant your garlic between 2 and 4 inches depending on your zone. And this clove was about this big, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to give them 4 to 6 inches in between. It's up to you. I wouldn't put them much closer than 4 inches because then they're going to compete with each other. So dig the hole. You want to take the hole down about 4 inches. You do not need to be perfect or stress about it. Loose soil is key. You want the bulb to be able to form without being pressed in by your soil. If you need to add compost, bag compost, peat moss or something, that's perfectly fine. So now that I have the holes, you're just rolling in some bone meal. Nothing crazy. It's not a tablespoon, it's really just a sprinkle. Mix it in. You never want your seeds sitting directly on fertilizer of any kind. Now the bottom is where the roots were. If you can't figure it out, just plant it sideways. The plant will take care of itself. But usually the point or the tip is where the green growth comes from. And then you just want to drop them in. Get them to that 4-inch level here in Zone 7. And you have your garlic planted in the holes about 4 inches apart, about 4 inches deep. You're good to go. Cover everything up. Even it out. You're not going to necessarily be perfectly 4 inches or whatever. I know that my area, oh, it's starting to rain. The freeze is about 1 inch, and again, 4 inches. If I wanted to, I could put some mulch across the top here, 2 inches. That will give it some insulation. Go ahead, mark it. I've got Siberian Hardneck, the GCE Hardneck, because we couldn't remember the name, and the German Hardneck. And this is all you have to do. You don't need to water it in. You can hear the rain now. Just let nature do its thing. The bulbs in here, or the cloves in here, will just kind of sit dormant. They'll establish a root system. They'll do their thing. And then come spring, you're going to see all the growth take off, and you're going to have a nice head of garlic bulb come usually the end of June. The other thing that people also ask me, what if you start seeing green growth? Don't worry about it. That's perfectly normal. It's going to get beat up over the winter and stuff like that, but it will take care of itself and you'll get new green growth come spring. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.